Hi, everybody. Welcome to Grab Your Keys. We're super excited today to have Theresa Sprague, right?
Sprague. Yep.
Spray,
Yep.
Spray.
Mhm.
I'm looking right at your name and I'm like, I know I'm not going to say it right. Spray. She is the
Mhm.
National Director of Growth and Development at Success Mortgage Partners. That is a mouthful, but we're super excited to have you because I know you have a ton of great information. Let me ask you something. How did you end up being the National Director of Growth and Development?
Well, that's actually a little bit of a longer story, but number one, thank you, Sue, for having me on. I appreciate it for sure, and I feel honored to hang out with you for a little bit today.
Thank you.
Um, it was, it was hard work and a lot of time. I put my dues in, that's for sure. I've had 20 years in the mortgage business, done just about everything in the industry. Started as a receptionist, I was a loan partner, I was a processor, I did order outs, I worked in our lock desk, I did appraisals, I was our first account executive, I did onboarding, and then I actually became a recruiter. And then about 3 years ago, our CEO asked me and said, "Hey, I'd love for you to have the opportunity to lead our growth and development team," which is how I got here. So,
Yeah, well, you've done a tremendous job in growth and development, and I love that you're a woman handling that development of the everything. You started Ladies of Lending, which is amazing, and I think that you really are a great advocate for women in business, and it's really great that that you head up that department and do such a great job. So I love that you are part of success in that manner. What is something that, what would your three keys to success do you think? What do you think they are?
alrighty. So I was thinking long and hard about this over the weekend because you know what? Normally I'm doing the interviewing, so I don't have to think about all these answers. But the girls were nice enough to give me some questions in advance. Um, Number one, I would say passion. So you gotta absolutely love what you do, whether that's in your life, in your work, in anything. If you don't love it, find something else. That would be my number one. My number two would be having a team, and I mean a team in life and a team at work. So in life, making sure you have mentors, coaches, other women that you can be with, friends, family, people that you can lean on for all of the personal side. And then when it comes to work, work with people that you know, like, and trust. Surround yourself with a team of people that believe the same things that you do and want to fight as hard and work as hard with you. There's just not enough hours in the week to worry about, oh, did I pick the right person? Are they as motivated as me? I want to know that they believe the same things that I do and want everything as much as I do.
Yeah, I love that. So passion, team, and what was the third one?
The third one is control. So I know that sounds like kind of a weird one, but let me tell you what I mean by that. So when I think about it, I actually have a sign right above my desk that says control the things that you actually can have empowerment in. So, like my thoughts, what I give my energy to, how I speak to myself, the goals that I set, how I spend my free time, how I handle challenges, and my boundaries. What I don't want to do is focus because I don't have control over the actions of others, what the future holds, what the past was, the opinions of others, how they think of me. I can't control any of that. So if I focus on that circle of the things that I can, every day is going to be incredible.
Yeah. So I love four things that you said so far. So that we're getting so much out of this conversation and we've only been in it for 5 minutes. But seriously, hard work. I totally always say everybody can work hard, but I'm always going to be able to outwork you. So, put me in a race with somebody and, hard work always wins. Absolutely always wins. And I love the passion because when you are passionate about what you do, it's not hard work.
You
It's
got
just
it.
something that you love to do. And that's super important. And having a team, I always say, like, I'm not great at everything, but my team, it can be great at everything. So
Mhm.
I don't need to be great at everything. So I love that. And, you hit the nail on the head, especially woman to woman, especially with the control. Like, we can't control about what others think of us, and we can't control about, if someone uses us or not, but we can control our message and we can control ourselves. And I love what you said about energy. The energy, like the energy you put out into the universe is the energy that you will get back. And
100%.
I know when I walk into my office, if my energy is bad, then my whole entire office's energy is going to be bad. And you probably know that with the team that you run. You
Oh,
run a huge
absolutely.
team. You walk into the office in a bad mood and everyone's in a bad mood. And then you're like, what did I just do? Because now my day's hard.
Well, and I have a process that I go through when I get to the office. I sit in my car for about 3 minutes before I walk in the door. I think about anything that happened at home or I need to do for that day, and then I agree to myself that stays in this car. I get
That's
out of the
amazing.
car, I walk in the door, and because I know when I get back in the car to go home, it'll be right there waiting for me. But while I'm here, I want to focus on all of the things that I can do via work and how I can lead my team and how I can help and grow this company. So I just leave that there, and it actually sometimes gives me relief because it's a break from that. It's a break from the other realities that you have going on in life. And I promise, it's still sitting there when I go to leave 8 hours later.
And it is. And as being a working mom, you have to wear a lot of different hats. And even though you leave it in the car, you're still getting a text, you're still getting a phone call. I mean, you're a mom of three
Oh, yeah.
boys and you have a fourth boy, which is your husband. And you all have to, like, figure it out. How do you balance the working, the mom, the sports, the getting home and the dinner? How does that all work? I mean, how does that work
Well,
in your house?
it's funny because everyone says balance, right? There isn't one, too. And you know this as well as I do. It's survival mode. It really is. And it is having a team of people. I'm very, very blessed because my mother is heavily involved in our life and my mother-in-law lives with me. So that is a huge bonus on my part. She helps, I get home to a home cooked meal every day. And she's always like, hey, you know what? You work all day. This is how I can contribute to the family. I'm lucky my older boys are 18 and 20, so they get to help with the 6 year old. So that I've got some added assets there and resources with them.
Right.
But yeah, it takes a village. It really does to
Yeah,
get it
everyone
all
always
done.
said, like, are you, do you, are you upset that you don't go to the grocery store, or that you can't make dinner every night? And I always was like, I am not, because I know what I'm fantastic at. I
Hmm.
know that when I'm at my office for the 8 hours, I can do more for my family than I can, doing wash or making dinner. And, but that's not for everybody. Everybody needs to make their decisions of what they
Absolutely.
find joy and success in.
Hmm.
And I think that that's always so super important. So,
Absolutely.
um, who do you admire?
So this one is hugely important to me. Obviously, individually, I love my mothers, my aunts, any woman that's had an impact in my life. But for work purposes, I get to work with some of the most incredible women in this industry. I am so blessed to have the opportunity to work with you, Sue, additional other women. I think 18 of our departments are run by women at this company. Our top producing branch is a woman. Our top two individual loan officers are women. To have and be surrounded by like-minded people in the set that they go through the same things, you know, and to be able to lean on them for not only work and things like that, but hey, how do you balance your work and life and kids and everything else? That to me is who I admire. And the you guys, all of them, not just the women, have a hard, hard job. I'm married to a loan officer, so I watch what he goes through on a daily basis. So, all of you, to be honest.
And the loan officers who have been in it for a long time make it look super easy, and it's not super easy. And I try to tell the newer loan officers, like, it takes a decade to really own it and feel it, and that being a loan officer and really being the head of growth and development, it's an art, it's not a science. I mean, as much as everybody wants to make it a science, it is an art, it is a feel, it is, knowing when you're going to go in for the kill, knowing when you're going to back off, knowing what makes someone tick, and finding what that other person's passion is, especially in growth and development.
Mm-hmm.
I
You have
mean,
to be willing to listen. And I always try to tell people, when you're trying to recruit someone or partner with someone, you have to listen to those things, right? What's important to them? Switching jobs is one of the biggest 3 or 4 life events that you can do, right? Get married, have kids, buy a home, make a
and
move, especially in a job. It's a big deal, and they have tons of questions and doubt and concern and so forth. That if you're pushy or you don't listen to what they want, you're not going to get the right people. You
yeah,
have to listen to them and then show them how you can truly help them and partner with
yeah. I love that. What if you had to change any other career into any other career, what would it be?
them. It's funny, with all of the things that I've accomplished and done, I would love to try being a stay-at-home mom. I've worked since I was 13 years old. Yeah, just about. I was almost 14 when I got my first job. So I worked my more than half of my life. So if I had the opportunity, and maybe once my kids have all the grandbabies, that's when I'll get to experience that.
Yeah, that's awesome. I agree. You and I have very similar paths. I think I've done absolutely everything in the mortgage industry. I started as a post closer when I was right out of college, and, definitely worked my way, up and then back again. And that is something that I think would be a great thing to try, to be a stay-at-home mom, because I think that actually is probably the hardest job of all.
I agree.
So,
I
uh,
might regret that if I ever have to do it, but the
you
nice thing
might come running
about
back. So,
yeah,
I have a question.
yeah.
How, being married to a loan officer,
Mhm.
what's
Uh,
that like? How's that balance to even make that work? That's awesome, because most marriages of loan officers do not succeed, whether you're the man or the woman. How what's the struggle and the little um
Good and bad, right?
the little key to success with that? And what can you tell all the men and women out there who are married to loan officers how to make that work, because you guys have a great relationship?
We do. A couple of things, a piece of advice or keys to that success. We have to consciously, on a daily basis, remember that same thing when I get to work, right? When I get home, I don't have a spouse that isn't in the business. So it is very easy for us to, talk about work for 2 to 3 hours after we get home. Oh, what was your day? What, and not the normal, hey, how was your day? But like into the nitty gritty of things. So we have to make a very conscious effort to say, you know what, we're home, no more work talk. Let's talk about the kids, let's talk about date night, let's talk about whatever it may be, so that we're not doing that. So that would be number one. And the other thing is, it, I have the inside scoop on how he does his business, which is a huge benefit for what I personally do. So I try to pick his brain and see what's important to him, to find those aspects of, how can I actually partner with these loan officers and, make their reality special at our company. So, I mean, it's finding that balance of stopping to talk about work and utilizing the fact that we have that relationship together.
Yeah, that's fantastic. So you started Ladies of Lending
Mm-hmm.
a year ago, a little bit over a year ago,
Oh,
right?
yeah. Mm-hmm.
So why did you feel that that was important to start, for the mortgage and women in mortgage?
Well, I go back and I think about when I first started in the business around 20 years ago. The women that I was around were receptionists, processors, underwriters. I didn't, and I don't remember seeing any of them in leadership roles. So as I grew in my business and watched, up through, and it was important for me to see the women come together in one safe place to talk about all of the challenges and realities of this business. So we started Ladies in Lending, and we've got almost 2,000 women in there now,
Great.
that are in there, and we lean on one another and empower each other and help one another with scenarios and things that are going on, how to even the work life balance with inside of there.
Mm-hmm.
So it was close to my heart to see it grow, from having no one in the industry as leaders of women to where it is now. And that was why we started it, to give us a place to help one another.
Yes, I love that you opened it to like not only just to originators, but to absolutely everyone, because the women in mortgage do so much.
They do.
And
They do.
um and lots of times they're in the background.
Yes.
And they're the worker bees.
Mm-hmm.
And to let them all be have a voice and have a face is
Yep.
just such, and have a platform that they can go and say, I'm having a really rough day, or I got laid off, or maybe I need a different place to work, is just so fantastic that you have that platform for them. And to have 2,000 people is just fabulous. So congratulations on that.
Thank
What
you.
new fun things are next for Theresa?
Oh, okay. Well, hopefully living in a warmer climate. um,
Well, it's hard to go from 80 degrees to 20 degrees.
heat and rain right now with confused on what it wants to do. Um, yeah, right now I have found the absolute perfect seat on the mortgage bus. I love what I do. I'm passionate about it. I have an incredible team, but unlike anyone, Sue, in 5 years, is it the same seat? I don't know. Maybe it's a little different seat on the bus. Maybe it's I find something different, but I truly believe it'll be somewhere in the mortgage industry, definitely at this company. I adore this place, will always be here, but I'm always open to new challenges and experiences.
Yeah, that's awesome. And just remember, everyone, passion, team, and control are the keys to Teresa's success. And she's wildly successful at Success Mortgage Partners, growing the growth and development team for success. Sky's the limit on that for sure. And I totally appreciate you sharing some time with me today to tell everybody how to grab their keys, how to succeed in business. And if anyone wants to get in touch with you, how would they get in touch with you?
They can, send me an email at tsprague@smprate.com, and I can get you my contact information, my phone number. If you are a woman in the industry, go to Ladies in Lending on our Facebook, join the group, uh, and we hope to see you there. And
That's
Sue, thank you so much for
Well,
having
thank
me.
you for all you do, and thanks for your time and giving us the keys to success. So, everyone, remember, tune in to all the places down below, and also share, like, and tell people about Grab Your Keys, because it will definitely help you have the keys to success. Have a great day.
Thank you, everyone.